And so far, Doge and Elon Musk have found and begin to completely slash into $1 trillion of annual federal waste, spending, fraud, abuse, and outright theft. And this has the Democrats angry. I guess we should all be asking, why? Why are the Democrats so mad that they've discovered $1 trillion and began to cut into it $1 trillion annually of government waste, fraud, abuse, and theft? Why are the Democrats so angry about that? Because that waste, fraud, abuse, and theft benefits them, if not is run directly by the Democrat Party. From Rapid Response 47, this is the Trump team, the Rapid Response White House team. Just listen to this. In the last 24 hours, discovered in USAID fraud. USAID has been completely unaccountable for decades, run by bureaucrats with agendas who believed they answered to nobody. Here are a few more of the ridiculous projects on which they spent your money. $7.9 million to teach Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language. $20 million for Sesame Street to be aired in Iraq. $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. Remember, Joe Biden was taking money from Kazakhstan. Wonder if that's a little kickback. $1.5 million for art inclusion of people with disabilities. $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala. $6 million to transform digital spaces to reflect feminist democratic principles. I don't even know what that means. $2.1 million to help the BBC value the diversity of Libyan society. The British Broadcasting Channel. To value the diversity of Libyan society. My head is spinning. As is the bankroll. $10 million worth of USAID-funded meals, which all went to an al-Qaeda-linked terrorist group. We're feeding the terrorists. $25 million for Deloitte to promote green transportation in the country of Georgia. $6 million for tourism in Egypt. And have you even seen the Great Pyramids of Giza? Your money certainly has. $2.5 million to promote inclusion in Vietnam. $16.8 million for a separate inclusion group in Vietnam. Oh, a separate group. So that's $19 million for inclusion in Vietnam. $5 million to EcoHealth Alliance, one of the key NGOs that funded the COVID-19 creation in the Wuhan lab. $20 million for a group related to a key player in the Russiagate impeachment hoax. They were literally funding their own propaganda. And then they were funding the news outlets to print the headlines and promote the propaganda like Politico. Now, amongst the other things that Doge has put out as far as contracts and leases on buildings that weren't being used, they've just discovered more here today. Every day they're posting their findings. 12 consulting contract terminations for a total savings of $30 million. And then 12 underutilized lease cancellations for an annual savings of $3 million. That was just from yesterday. That was on top of the 45 million and the 50 million and the 165 million that they discovered and shut down 2 days ago. These numbers are astronomical. And so far, Doge and Elon Musk have found and begin to completely slash into $1 trillion of annual federal waste, spending, fraud, abuse, and outright theft. And this has the Democrats angry. I guess we should all be asking, why? Why are the Democrats so mad that they've discovered $1 trillion and began to cut into it $1 trillion annually of government waste, fraud, abuse, and theft? Why are the Democrats so angry about that? Because that waste, fraud, abuse, and theft benefits them, if not is run directly by the Democrat Party.
The silent majority is no longer silent. This is the War Room with Owen Schroyer.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Boy, Michael Bloomberg is so upset that it came out that his gun control group are the ones behind the onion and the lawsuits and all of it, trying to shut down InfoWars. And remember back in November, they said they owned it, tried to kick us out of the building. The judge overrode it. It wasn't true. It was a hoax. But a lot of people still think they own InfoWars or InfoWarsStore.com. And so it's really hurt sales by over 70%. So if we don't get funds in at InfoWars Store, we will shut down. Now, even if they're successful, and we're beating them right now, it'll take a month and a half or so for that to happen. So right now, in February, you are able to get all these products delivered to you very, very quickly. All the fan favorites, all the classics, X2, Vitamin Mineral Fusion, Body's Ultimate Turmeric Formula. It's all there, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Brain Force Ultra, an incredible fast-acting nootropic with no letdown. Vasobeat, so good for your heart, your whole cardiovascular system. It's all available right now at InfoWarsStore.com, not owned by Bloomberg or The Onion.